Our guest today is Guy Etier, Senior Vice President Environment, Health and Safety at Umicore. During this interview, we will address the strategic drivers of corporate social responsibility. Thank you, Guy, for being with us today. Umicore is a multinational materials technology company headquartered in Brussels, in Belgium. Although it has a past history in mining, it has completely reshaped itself the last 20 years to become a technology-focused company, especially active and innovative in the business of recycling of precious metals. Umicore went through a remarkable transformation where CSR has become part of the core business, of the core strategy of the company. Guy, could you tell us a little bit more about this transformation, making sustainability part of your strategic approach and the impact of this shift?
Yeah, well, sure. First of all, thank you for the opportunity to talk about Umicore and its transformation. And have you said it, the origin of the company goes back to the extraction and the transformation of base metals, in which we developed the skill of understanding how metal are extracted, how they interact with each other, and how they can be applied into product and services. And as we went over the years, we discovered that where our skills were more welcome, they were more welcome in that ability to match the demands of society, and where the key mega trends of transformation in the world are, and our ability to provide materials. So today we are centered around 4 basic areas, which is recycling, and especially recycling of precious metals, energy material, and basically the production of battery, rechargeable battery, even responding to challenges in the transport industry, and the recycling of those batteries, by the way. And another big area is the catalysis, and making sure that emissions are controlled from vehicles in particular. And lastly, the electrification of the vehicles. So the transformation of the transport sector to using more other sources of energy than carbon.
So sustainability is at the core of all your activities. Why is this choice of making sustainability part of your core strategy?
Well, we have this motto that says that sustainability for us means perduring into the future. And so we were looking at what are our skills, what are our capability, and what is it that we can do as a company to offer solution to broad global problem. And we didn't disperse ourselves into broad areas, but rather try to focus on things we do well and we do best. And those 4 sectors I have described for you.
Would you say that today, that this choice of making sustainability part of your core business has provided you with a competitive advantage? Does it make you different from your competitors?
Well, we think it definitely has responded to an expectation of our investors, for example, in terms of their response to our company growth. It definitely has responded to our clients' expectations as well, in terms of helping them provide better products, because let's keep in mind though that Umicore is really a B2B company. We really are not involved in consumer products, so that relationship with the customer is important. The other element that is quite important is linked to that is very much a requirement for innovation and a requirement to bring new product and services, so a much greater emphasis on investing into innovation.
That's a very interesting point. Innovation and sustainability, how do they relate to each other? Is sustainability a key driver for innovation, or is innovation a key characteristic for sustainability?
Yeah, it is an interesting point of view. I don't think you can look at which one is dragging the other, sort of thing. I think they go together. I think if this world, and Umicore being part of the world, but if this world wants to meet the challenges of the future, it has to come up with new ideas. It has to come up with new ways of doing things. It has to come up with new relationship even between people. So I think innovation is really the response to the challenges, and the two together will make sure that we will be sustainable. Put it this way. So I think that's where the things, for me anyway, the things come together. I mean, innovation is a tool, is a methodology to come up with new ideas. And why do you need to come up with new ideas? Is because you want this planet to continue, and you want to have the right balance between the number of people and the exploitation of resources. And all of this come together into having a sustainable world, basically.
And when you talk about innovation, do you mainly think about technological innovation or also about other types of innovation?
No. I think, obviously we're a technology company. So, for us, innovation passed by the technology innovation. But we cannot exclude, I think, other type of innovation like people relationship, product development, but not in terms of its content, but in terms of its use. We are involved quite a bit in policy development, especially on resources, and that also is innovation to some extent. To what extent do you try to minimize material that goes in waste? You try to develop policy to promote and encourage recycling. So I think there are many facets to that innovative way of doing things than just technology.
Umicore is a very positive case. However, most probably the transformation was not without difficulties. I have two questions. What were the main challenges to transform and embed sustainability? And what are today's challenges to keep sustainability at the core of the strategy?
Yeah, well, there was one thing I was thinking about earlier, and I think that might be part of the original challenge, is the reporting. One of the things we did very early is try to report on our performance. First, to report on our environmental performance, to report on our social relationship performance, and try to bring all of this together with our business performance. By doing that, we were able, I think, to demonstrate, at least internally, to our partners in the company, the importance of having a sustainability mindset to their business. So there's nothing like numbers to speak to people, and there's nothing like objective to speak to people, and there's nothing with like meeting or not meeting the objective to speak to people. So I think on the front end portion, that challenge of engaging the businesses has been quite important. And well, you know this, but maybe some of the people that will be watching your video won't. We've grown a fair amount through acquisition for a long period of time, which meant that we brought people with different perspectives, different point of views, different way of doing things, to some extent different values. So harnessing all that energy behind a common goal was very important. And the report front end have served to that. Today, in that report also now serve to tell the world, and to watch us and tell us if we're doing the right things or not. What are the challenges for the future? I think, when I look at things in retrospective, I think we're doing pretty good with, if I take sustainability meanings, the join between environment, social, and economic, and trying to talk about this collectively and try have one driving the other. When I look at those elements, I think we're doing good with the environment. And I think we are well established there. On the social side, I think we're doing quite good as well. We're attracting people now to come to work with us. Young people coming out of university are interested to come to and work at our company. They stay, they don't go. So those are indicators of, there's a good place to work kind of thing. and our relationship with the community and where we work is also pretty good. I think the real challenge now will continue to be in the relationship between our products and sustainability. And how can we continue to be at the front end of providing the world with products and services that are even have a less footprint, it can be carbon footprint or other type of footprint, have a less footprint, and in fact they become the material of choice for the future. And getting people to understand this is, for me, a real dilemma right now, is that we've done it in a micro scale in the 4 sector I described to you earlier, but I think on the broader scale, in developing a real policy for our company for, say, the next 5 years, is something that we're searching a fair amount. And we have launched 2 years ago a product sustainability criteria in order to help us understand early into the innovation process how sustainable our products will be for the future.
Thank you, Guy. It's been a pleasure talking to you today. Thank you.
Thank you.